I got alcohol poisoning my first Tinder date. For me, Tinder is kind of falls in the category of a night of awkwardness is much better than a night of loneliness. I think at the end of the day, I'm not looking for a relationship at the start. I guess it's more of just like a game of cat and mouse. And then, yeah, I guess I just get the better of myself and just think, okay, what if I could actually have a girlfriend off Tinder? So my first Tinder experience, I saw a pretty attractive girl, said yes, she said yes, and then shortly enough we were gonna meet up on our first date. And I decided to just get a goon sack in the park. It's cheap, it's easy, what's the worst that can happen? And then surely enough, like we ended up finishing half of it, and I was just like, all right, like this is cool, like I kind of feel like a genuine kind of feeling towards you, like in a friendly way. But at the same time, like there was a bit of sexual vibes going, so it's kind of like, yeah, this is good. Like we probably smashed through like half or 3/4 of the goon sack, and we were like already pretty pissed. And then, cause she lived pretty far out, like in the east suburbs, like an hour away. She had a friend who just finished work who was actually pretty keen on her. And he was kind of like, oh, like I'm in the city, like do you need a lift? And she was just like, oh, like, you know, this is gonna be weird, but like, do you wanna get a lift with this guy back, you know, to my area? Like he kind of likes me, but I could just say that, you know, you're in my class and we're studying for some assignment. And I was just like, all right, yeah, fuck it, like we'll just go with it. Cause it was just funny at the time because we were pretty drunk. Going from the park into like her hood with this guy who liked her. It was, I think by that point, he was actually like a really nice guy. Like we kind of got along really well, which was weird. But there was a funny thing, like when we were playing pool, it was just like me and her versus him. And he was just like kind of like rolling up his sleeves, and just like whenever he was getting into it, he was just kind of like really like flexing like his muscles. Just like, man, is this really happening? We didn't actually do any kissing during that whole stage. We ended up bar hopping quite a bit, and it was just like this triangle, like this weird situation. And then like when we got back to her house, like at around 2, I remember like he parked his car in the driveway and he was just chatting to us for like an hour, and he did not kind of, I think he kind of knew in a sense, but he just didn't want to say it, but he didn't want to leave us alone. But yeah, so he was there for an hour, like in her car park, and it was almost like 3 in the morning, and I had work at like 9 the next morning, and she was just kind of like giving me the signals like, oh, like, you know, like when's he gonna shut up and all this stuff. And I was just kind of like, man, I said it like, you know, after an hour sitting there, I was just like, okay, like we need to get to sleep, like we have an assignment tomorrow, like da da da. And then sure enough, went into her house, tried to fool around. It was pretty sloppy, and it didn't not work at all. I woke up, my alarm was late, and I rushed out of the house. I got her to drop me off at the nearest station, and then I got on the train, literally one stop. My boss called me, and he was just like, where the hell are you, da da da. And then as the train started going, just like that motion, I was just like, oh shit. I was just like, my mouth started to water. Like I knew like, all right, like I'm gonna be sick. And then I got off at literally the next stop. I like power spewed everywhere for literally like 25 minutes. And then I just sat down, and like my body, like it was just, I was in comatose, and like my eyes were just like rolling in the back of their head. And I was literally there for probably 45 minutes. And then she called me up and she's like, oh, like, you know, you forgot your charger. And I was just like, I need help. Like, I need you to pick me up. Like I'm spewed everywhere. Like I'm sick. And that was my first Tinder experience. Oddly enough, I think I did plan to see her like, I think this week or the next week. Just because the way things like went down, I felt pretty bad about it. So I was gonna take her out just to get some food. Just, I mean, as a kind of like a friendly type of basis, whether she accepts or not. I mean, I still haven't heard from her.